In with our top story tonight, and the standoff over non-compliance with court orders took a new twist, with the Ministry of Interior faulting court orders revoking NRM's self-proclaimed General Miguna Miguna's deportation. Now, the High Court revoked the deportation and ordered that Miguna's passport be surrendered in court within 7 days. But the Ministry of Interior says the deportation was done in accordance with the law, and surrendering the passport is not in the best interest of the country. And as Rita Tinina now reports, Miguna has dismissed the statement by the ministry and says he's not done suing the government.
Just 2 days after he moved to court over his deportation, controversial lawyer Miguna Miguna got the most crucial of the 16 orders he had sought.
The declaration dated 6 February 2018, issued by Fred Matiang'i, is hereby declared null and void and of no legal effect.
Miguna, through lawyers led by John Haminwa, had also sought the restoration of his passport.
The valid Kenya passport of the applicant shall be surrendered to the Deputy Registrar of this court by the Director of Immigration within 7 days of this ruling.
But the orders of the court may not amount to much if a statement by the government is anything to go by. The Ministry of Interior, which has appealed against the ruling, maintains that Miguna's deportation was procedural and done in accordance with the law. Principal Secretary in the ministry, Dr. Karanja Kibisho, says the ruling by Justice Luka Kimaru is not in the best interest of the country. But Miguna insists his deportation was illegal.
Withdrawal of citizenship, if it were to occur, would be a judicial process where the government, despotic or not, would make an application before a court. It is the court of law, a competent court of jurisdiction, that would make that decision, not a bureaucrat.
The government has failed to obey 5 court orders in the Miguna saga. The Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, and the Director of Criminal Investigations, George Kinoti, are facing contempt of court for failing to obey court orders to produce Miguna in court or have him released. The two through-state lawyers have cited engagements in national security matters for lack of time to attend court. Like the swearing-in of 2 members of the National Police Service Commission, perhaps? Boynet met Chief Justice David Maraga at the ceremony as the standoff over the disobedience of court orders continues. In his ruling, Justice Luka Kimaru gave Boynet and Kinoti a chance to purge the contempt. They must ensure Miguna is back in the country.
The second and third respondents shall personally give a written undertaking to this court that they shall comply and give effect to the orders of this court.
Miguna was arrested on the 2nd of this month and held in custody for 5 days over his role in NASA leader Raila Odinga's swearing in as what NASA calls the people's president. He was deported on Tuesday last week, hours after being arraigned in court in Kajiado.
I think this judgment will go down in history as one of the pace-setting judgments.
Since Monday, lawyers through the Yellow Ribbon campaign have been protesting disobedience of court orders by the government. And on Thursday morning, they took to the streets.
It does not matter whether you are the Inspector General of the police. The obligation to ensure the rule of law is an obligation that belongs to all of us.
If the statement by the government is anything to go by, obeying the latest court orders may not be on the Ministry of Interior's to-do list. Rita Tinina, KTN News.